Alright, there we go. Yeah. As you can as you can see, it is Qatar. I literally just came from a store. Cycling there as well. So the first few minutes, I'm just gonna catch my breath. I'm sweating like crazy as well. The race hasn't even started. I'm sweating like crazy. So I'm gonna be a bit slow here in Q1 in terms of talking. And then later on, then I'm gonna probably speed up a bit. But yeah, Q1. We're in Q1 in Qatar. Volky is on his flying lap. The same is on Masamat, Mr. Mine, Ribadinho, Leo, and Perkins. Reserves, we have Mellon in the Mercedes this time. We have Strad, his debut race for the league in the V-Carb. Then we have Perkins in McLaren. We have Hudsker in Haas, and then Ribindigo in the Ferrari. So yeah, that's the reserves. Volky is crossing the line to finish his lap, and that's a P1 21.373 for Volky. Perkins is about to cross the line, and she goes P2 22.231. Yeah. Then we have the two Alpines. Mr. Mine goes third, 22.335. Leo goes fourth with his Inters, 25.041. Then we have Tom. No, that's not Tom. That's Olmas Samad finishing his lap, and that's P4 for Olmas Samad, 23.866. Then we have Jamie starting his lap. We have Bobby starting his lap, and then it is Tom finishing his lap through the final corner, turn 16. And what's it gonna be with his time? It's gonna be P4, 22.850 at second, a full second in front of Olmas Samad. Pretty good lap from Tom. He's been cooking in that Sauber recently, so very good for him. Jamie on the Inters, like I said, Straff 58.117 through the second sector, through the third sector, triple right-handers, and now into the quick left-hander, that is turn 15, and then into turn 16, the final corner, fourth gear, and then just every single bit of ERS you want to use in here, even though Stra is not using it, really. And it's P4, 22.576. Not a bad first lap for him in the V-Carb. Then we have Leo going into the pits. We have Hotsker starting his lap. Jamie is about to finish his lap on the Inters. Behind him, there's going to be Ryan starting his lap, and then Bobby finishing his lap. Jamie is about to go P8, 26.087. Bobby is getting a good little slipstream from Ryan, and he goes P2, 22.011 from the Aston Martin. Tom will be going as well into the pits. Ripindigo is on his out lap. Hudsker's first sector, 31.717, so not a really good first sector at all. Ryan's first sector through turn 5, and now into the hairpin turn 6, first sector, 30.326 from Ryan. A pretty decent first sector. Yeah, a decent first sector on his first flying lap. Hudsker third sector, 59.860 to the triple right-handers. Let's look at with Ryan, who is getting a good tow A small but good toe from Jamie. 57.640 by Ryan through the second sector, now through the triple right-handers, 12, 13, 14, and now into 15, the left-hander. And then final corner, like I said, turn 16, Hotker P8, 24.9864. A terrible lap by Hotker. Ryan, where's he about to go? He's going to go in front of Bobby, 21.855 by Ryan. Pretty decent lap from Ryan. Bobby is starting his second lap on the same set of softs. In front of him, Leo has joined the track from the pits. Doesn't impede him at all. Rapindigo on his flyers, third sector, 58.448. Not particularly good. The second sector will miss the apex by quite a lot through turn 15, 16 then. It is what it is. And then crossing the line, it's going to be at 23.131. Not a good lap at all. In between the two kick Saubers. Then we have Bobby on a lap. He's 85 thousandths up on his time through the first sector, 4 thousandths only through the second sector. So he has lost time through the second sector. Now this third sector, is he gonna? Well, it doesn't seem like he's gonna bin it, but is he gonna finish this lap? It's gonna be the question. He is gonna finish this lap, and is he gonna be faster than his previous time? Yes, he is, by 83 thousandths, but he stays third, even though he did improve. But he is closer now to Ryan. He is a lot closer to Ryan. Sorrow is about to start his lap. TVH on a lap 31.043. Melon as well on a lap. That's as well one thing to look for. He's now in the Mercedes. Mercedes knee points in the constructors. The same with Red Bull. These two teams at the beginning of the season, they were in the bin. They were in the bin. Volky, quick driver, but he couldn't do anything. He was just retiring and all that, and also bad luck for him. And then Red Bull, Yusuf, quick, but just crash prone in his time at Red Bull, and then as well, Ryan was very crash prone. In the first half of the season. Melon goes fastest, 21.286, in front of Volky by a tenth. Behind Max Van is starting his lap. Brandon first sector 30.503. Sorrow second sector 57.944. In front though, Leo is about to finish his lap, and he goes fifth, 21.946. Behind it's Sorrow. He's going to finish his time, and he is going to go P8, 22.508. And then it's going to be Bobby going into the pits, and then we go with Brandon, 58.075. A decent second sector, if you consider that Brandon doesn't practice anymore for these races. He doesn't at all. Max Van's first sector, 30.121. I'm gonna see what's Brandon's time gonna be. P8 22.372. Max Van's second sector, we missed it. Understood, Jamie. Understood. Yeah, Max Van probably will go fastest unless he's gonna bin it. I wouldn't be surprised if he would be playing P1. It seems like he's pushing a lot, and Max Van is gonna go P1. Yes, he does. 21.146. Almost 1.5 tenths in front of Melon. So it's a very good banker lap for Max Van as well. Jamie down the pack, but he did his lap on the Inters. The only one at the moment who did their laps, who has their lap set on the Inters. Leo as well did did a lap on the inters, but he already improved that lap on the softs. Hotcar was improving to the first sector by 3 tenths, but he has invalidated it. Sorrow going into the pits. Brandon is going to go into the pits as well. Well, then it's going to be only Jamie who is on a lap. Of course, he's going to be improving on his lap unless he's going to invalidate it. Let's see. The left tires are going to be a big talking point in here because they are just overheating like crazy. And especially the rears. 30.354 through the first sector. So it's not a bad first sector at all from Jamie. But like I said, the left tires and the rears are going to be a big talking point, especially the left rear ones. The left rear ones are getting the most amount of bullying in here in terms of tire heat. Jamie, second sector, 57.565, so it's a very good second sector. So if he's gonna invalidate it, then it's gonna be his fault, because at the moment he's doing a very good time at the moment. With that time, he probably can be in front of Ryan. Jamie, through the finish line, he goes 7th only. So if I thought that he might be going more up, but no, he's P7, 21.957, but he's only 300 behind Bobby and a 10th behind Ryan, so that's a 10th can improve in 4 places. I just want to see, where did he lose his time to, like, Leo? First sector pretty much the same, second sector, third sector. Okay, so Jamie has the worst third sector out of all of these. Seems like first sector pretty much all equal. Actually, second sector he has the best one, but then the third sector he has the slowest one out of the four that I'm talking about: Ryan, Bobby, Leo, and Jamie. By the way, Repentico has binned it. It seems like has he binned it? Retired. Okay, it doesn't seem like that he's binned it, but he has retired from the session, so he's only in P13. I mean, to be fair, the only one that can really improve his time is Tom. TVH hasn't really proved his pace at all. On Massamad as well, slow. Hotget as well, now that he's in the Haas and not in the Mercedes, he's going to be slow. So, to be fair, Rebendingo is going to be safe. Ferrari as well need them points. Dome is not in here. They have Rebendingo, who isn't really known for being quick. So, yeah, we'll see what Indigo is going to be doing in that Ferrari. Can he even get some points and not retire? Tom crossing the line, and he does improve on his time, but it's only 9 thousandths. He pretty much needed 2 tenths to improve, so that he's going to be in front of Indigo, but honestly, he doesn't really need anything. So yeah, just get them standings. The constructors. So Alpine are only 15 points behind Ferrari. At the moment, them two Alpines, Leo and Mr. Mine, are at the moment in front of both of the Ferraris. So, you know, looking very good for them Alpines to take that P2 in the standings. As well, V-Carb are Red Bull. Red Bull, they still have a long way to go. They have like Ferrari have 295 points. Red Bull have 238. So it is 60, 55, about 57 points. Yeah, about 57 points of difference. And with Ryan and Jamie being always up the top, whilst Ferrari recently, after Breaking Bad has left, they are a bit of a... Well, they're not doing well at the moment. They're not doing well at all after Breaking Bad left. So I think they can even forget about P2 in the standings at the moment. They should just really focus on getting that P3 in the standings. At least to be on the podium of that. On Masmad has absolutely no ERS whatsoever. He's already used all of his ERS before Sector 3, so he's probably going to lose some time through the third sector compared to his time, unless he did the same exact tactic, a bit of a slide on the exit. And on Masmad, is he going to gain any time? No, he doesn't. 17,000 down on his time. TVH is 2/10 up on his time, but he should be safe as well, unless Hotker can absolutely, well, outpace TVH completely. TVH is as well on a flying lap. To be fair, at the moment, it's only one or the other Haas into Q2. It's either going to be TVH or Hotker. TVH is up by 3.5 tenths up on his time through the second sector. Hotker has a little bit more less ERS, but he's up a second, but he would need 6/10 so that he would be so that he would overtake the time from TVH that he's at the that he has at the moment. But TVH is improving on his time, and he goes P14, 22.792, so he's safe. Hotker, did he find more time? He did find that second, but he stays 17th. He doesn't even overtake on Massamad, just 600s behind him. He would have needed basically a second lap like that. Well, pretty much 1.1 seconds of an improvement, so that he would be into Q2, aka he would need to have a Red Bull, a Mercedes, basically. But it is on Masmad and Hotker out of qualifying in Q1. But yeah, like I said, with the constructors, Red Bull can still catch up to the Ferraris. Mercedes, I feel like they're already too far back. 295 points for Ferrari and 152 for Mercedes. So I think with 3 rounds to go, that is going to be that's not going to be enough. V-Carb technically can still do it. They did outscore them in Qatar, V-Carb Ferrari. So, you know, they could do it, but it really just depends. It really just depends on Ferrari, and then as well on, you know, yeah. It really depends on Ferrari how they do, and then depends on how V-Carb are gonna do. But Red Bull can still catch up. They've got the pretty similar car to Ferrari, a little bit faster. And then Alpine, they have Leo on their side, who has been fantastic this season in that Alpine. He's P2 in the standings. Like, he's like, what, 30 points behind Max Fan, which is absolutely nuts, considering the fact that pretty much all, like, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts how he's so close. Yeah, he's 38. The next car behind is Breaking Bad with 130 points. The next is Brandon with 130. So, and then after that is like Jamie 128. Volky with 124, Lighty with 123, Dome 121, Melon 116, Ryan 111, no, sorry, Bobby 111, Ryan 101, Oliver 101, and then after that it's Tom with 84, surprisingly. So yeah, I mean, the outside of the top two, it's absolutely mad. Like what? Like 10 drivers within 9 drivers within 30 points of each other. It is absolutely madness. It is absolutely madness. What is going on? The first one to be starting their lap is going to be Perkins. Then it's going to be Jamie. But let's look with Perkins on her lap, using a lot of VRS already on the main straight. Into turn 1. And then into turn number 2. These are very high speed corners that you really need to maximize your grip, your downforce, everything. Into turn 4 and 5, pretty much a single file corner in the race. You could maybe try and go for overtake, but not really recommended. First sector 30.481 through the first sector. Jamie first sector failed to see. Perkins now through turn 7, yellows into the final corner, but that's Ryan just letting Max Van through. Turn 8, 9, and then into turn 10, which then goes into turn 11, and then before turn 12, second sector split 58.013, and then into the triple right-handers 12, 13, and then into 14, and then after those triple right-handers we go into the left-hander, which is turn 15, and then into the final corner, which is turn 16. Pretty much like all of the corners in here, long right-hander with medium speed, and then Perkins of course goes P1 22.385, but then Jamie behind, if he didn't invalidate, goes P1 21.724, so he did find those 2/10s on his lap. Mercedes behind goes back into the pits. That's Volky going back into the pits. Bobby has joined the session. He's having problems with his connections. Mr. Mine goes P3 22.639. Leo behind is gonna go P2 21.975, and then it's gonna be Tom behind on a flyer, and finishing his lap, going P5 22.873, doing the best that he can in that John Deere. Sarah goes P4 22.528. Then it's gonna be Max Van, who goes P1 casually 21.329. Then it's gonna be Ryan third, 21.736, 12 thousandths behind Jamie, and then it is gonna be Melon starting his lap. But yeah, the two Red Bulls are close within each other. That's important for your team to be recovering from the early disaster in the constructors. That's what you want to do. Your two drivers being close, but at the top. Of course, Melon still hasn't set his time, and the same with Volky. Melon first sector 30.189 through turn 6 on the exit of it as well. Into turn 7 now. Again, long right-hander with medium speed, then long left, and then into the right-hander 9 and 8 and 9, and then into 10, and then into 11, passing a Red Bull, passing a Kick Sauber now. Second sector split is going to be 57.327 by Melon, and then into the triple right-handers 12, 13, 14, and then into the first left-hander of the third sector turn 15, and then it's just going to be a right-hander yet again into turn 16, yet again medium to high speed, and then ERS, Oliver ERS, DRS as well, and Melon is going to go P2 21.417 behind Max Van, within a tenth of Max Van. Jamie just about outside of 3/10 on Melon. Still good margins between Melon and Jamie. It's not like half a second to 6/10, but it's still a good margin, you know. Of course, this is Q2. Probably these two did their times on U set, which they can afford. They could probably just do on the same set like Q1, Q2, and Q3, and there'll be still 1 and 2. Brandon finishing his lap through turn 15, and then into turn 16 he will go. Behind him he has Strach, who is going to be starting his lap. Rubindigo as well on a lap. Bit further down, Brandon goes P8, 22.532 or 4 thousandths behind Sorrow. Strach now starts his lap. Rubindigo through the third sector, triple right-hander done. Now into the left-hander, which is turn 15. Behind him he has Volky, who is on an out lap, will be starting his flying lap. Rubindigo exiting the final corner. DRS and ERS open, and Rubindigo goes P10, 22.835. Like I said, Volky. I know that wasn't Volky, that was Mellon going back in a little bit, sorry. Bobby is finishing his time the same, pretty much you could say the same with Brandon, through turn 15 and then into turn 16. And then DRS open, ERS as well, and Bobby goes P3, 21.603 by Bobby. Pretty good lap considering he has these connection issues or whatever issues he has. He's still, that throws him out of rhythm, and he's still done a pretty decent time, over a tenth in front of Jamie, and within 2/10 of Mellon, so that's a pretty good thing to have. A pretty good thing to see. Strach is going to be finishing his lap soon. Turn 16, final corner. By the way, hi Rubindigo. Strach is about to finish his lap. It's going to be in the 22s, but it is a good 22 of 309. P7 in front of all of the drivers that have a 22 lap time. But he is still that 3:10 behind Leo. But it is a pretty decent time. Of course, there is still Volky, who is still yet to do his lap. Volky, of course, being just about within the track limits, and the rear as well going a bit. TVH, technically he's not on a lap, but he's not showing that he's letting him through. I mean, technically you could say that he's giving him tow. Although it is a bit of a distraction for... Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah, that was a bit of a distraction for Volky. TVH is going back into the pits as well, so I don't know what was TVH doing, but yeah, Volky into the pits, the same with TVH. Volky would have been on a lap to go, well, first sector. It seems that he would have been on a very good lap. He could have been in front of Max Van, but unfortunately, TVH kind of ruined it. Even though he technically did not impede him, that was still giving him a bit of dirty air and distracting him a lot. So, you know, it is what it is. Mr. Mine has improved this time to go P7, 22.254. Pretty good. Very good time by Mr. Mine, considering that he did not practice, or at least what I've heard of, he did not practice. Bobby invalidated his time. Ryan is on a lap, and Ryan is up on his time by 1.5 tenths to the first sector alone. Only 3 tenths of Brandon. Mate, you are 1 second behind Leo. And, I mean... Okay. But to be fair, realistically... Ooh, Max Van left the session. Now, but realistically, with a Ferrari, both you and Brandon should have been there with Leo and Mr. Mine at least. And not down in 11 and 12. I mean... Okay, you are 3 tenths behind Brandon, but it's not P6 and 7. You are at them. Both of you at the end are well outside of Q3. Well, make the car turn then. Haven't you heard that? Just turn more. No, I'm joking. I mean, it is what it is. I'm of course joking here about, you know, yeah. In the meantime, Ryan has gone P2 3,000 behind Max Fan. So a very good time by Ryan to go that close behind, well, in between the two giants. Hello, Mrs. Mine. Volky is out on track yet again. He has to yet again do his lap for the third time. Indigo out on track. Melon has started his flying lap. And Bobby has retired in the session. Mama mine. Mama mine. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Mama mine, you two are already parents? Jesus, I didn't know that. Goddamn. 18, 17, already parents. Fucking hell. Yeah, Melon improving on his time, as I expected. Through the second sector, he should be as well improving since, yeah, he's 3.5 tenths up on his time. He could have a go at a 20 into 20s. He still needs to gain a tenth on his time. So at the moment he is going to be going pole position, or well, not technically pole position, it's going to be P1 in Q2, but is he going to go into 20s? Just about in 20.999, just about into the 20s, just about into the 20s. I mean, 1,000 of a second less, and my guy would have been exactly 21.000. So, still very good time by Melon, but still pretty impressive time by Ryan to go that close to Melon, since Melon has improved his time. So yeah, Volky. I just want to go with Volky. This man needs to watch out on his lap. He needs to just take it easy. 57.378. That lap should be good. Just watch out with your track limits and you are going to be fine. Especially that you barely have any fuel for the next lap. A bit close there with track limits. By the way, what the hell is going on in turn 5? I would want to know that. Close with the track limits as well on the exit, but very nicely done by Volky to go P4 confidently. Into Q3 he has gone. TVH behind is has started his lap. Behind Melon going back into the pits. Tom, he's 4.5 tenths up on his time. At the moment that would be outside of Q3 chances at the moment. There's still plenty of people on their laps. One of them is not the Ferrari, and Tom goes just outside of that top 10. 22.343 by Tom. Behind Perkins though is improving by 7 tenths on her lap, and he goes 21.545. A pretty good lap. Well, not pretty good lap, a very good time by Perkins to go P4 in a place where that McLaren should be in. Mr. Mine improves on his time to go to stay in P9, 22.028. Very good time by him. Leo missed the pits. Hopefully he won't get disqualified. There's one of the Ferraris, Repentigo, just watching him. What the hell is he doing? Brandon goes P8, 21.769. TVH is still on a lap. Mr. Mine should be in, unless TVH is gonna pull something out of his asshole, and I'm literally meaning there's that Alpine. TVH stays 15, 22.99994, and both Sorrow, Rubindigo, Tom, and TVH are out of qualifying. Mr. Mine confidently goes into Q3, almost 3 tenths in front of Stra. Leo still stuck. Mate. Leo. Hey, Leo. A tip in here for you. A pro tip. Release the throttle, go into reverse, and then press the throttle maybe. I know that he has finished the lap, but I'm messing around. Yeah. Oh. Reverse. 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 You twat. Reverse. Is he even in reverse? No, he's still in first gear. This... Bro is stuck. Yeah. Hey, Keck. While Leo is stuck in a wall... Is he still stuck there? No, he's not. He's still stuck there. He's still stuck there on the left. You can see him on the left. He's still stuck there. There's that wild Alpine on the left, just outside of the graphic. There he was. Yeah, both V-Carbs, Rubendigo, Tom, and TVH were out of qualifying. And yeah, now we only have both Alpines, Bobby, both McLarens, both Red Bulls, both Mercedes, and Brandon in Q3. Very good job by Mr. Mine to go into Q3. And yeah, should be a pretty interesting one. Who is gonna go P3? Who wants to bet who is gonna go P3? I'm betting Ryan. Ryan is gonna get P3. These two, nah, they're not here. They're ghosts. They are in a different class. They are a class lower than us. Yeah. We have cars out on track. We have both the McLarens. Jamie out on track. We have now Ryan coming out of the pits, and then we have one of the Alpines coming out of the pits. That's Mr. Mine. Now it's Mr. Mine, but the earlier one is Leo. Whoopsies. So yeah. Still Brandon, Volky, Melon, and Bobby in the pits. Or is Volky coming out? No, it's not. There is already a race between Max Van Perkins and Jamie. It seems like, yes, that is Jamie. There's already a race in here. Jamie wants, of course, some juicy slipstream from Max Fan, since he's the fastest, of course. Tom has left the session. But yeah, Max Fan is going to be the first one to start their laps. Then behind it's going to be Jamie, and then Perkins immediately. They all want their slipstream. Perkins not that close, but Jamie is doing that tactic of getting that slipstream, which he's going to gain roughly 2/10 on the main straight. And then through the corners, of course, Max Fan is going to be a bit of a distraction, but then he is going to gain a little bit of that slipstream, of that pace, on the on the straight parts. Maxvan has already invalidated his time, so now he can just really drive there in front of Jamie to distract him if he wants, or just set a delta for his time. Jamie, of course, doesn't know this unless Zara is giving him some engineering from my stream. Yeah, either way, Jamie himself doesn't know that. Jamie 57.155 through the second sector. Very good second sector, but Maxvan has gone 4 tenths faster through the second sector, so Maxvan is going to be faster, of course. But Maxvan's time is not going to be counted, so Jamie is going to be the first one to have a valid time, and Jamie is going to go provisional pole position of 21.299 through the finish line. Perkins goes into the pits, so he must have invalidated his time. Yeah, he did invalidate his time. Bobby is on an out lap. Brandon has started his lap. Ryan is about to finish his lap. And what's it gonna be for Ryan? Is it gonna be in front of Jamie? No, he's in his 6,000s behind Jamie, just behind Jamie, so at the moment he has to settle for second. Leo goes P1 21.293, 6,000s in front of Jamie, so 12,000s separate Leo, Jamie, and Ryan. Then Mr. Minor fourth, 22.788. Quite a big margin there for Mr. Mine, but that probably must have been as well used tires for him. Melon has started his lap. Volky has started his lap. Maxvan invalidated yet again, although to be fair, he's not on a flyer. He doesn't even have the fuel for that. Brandon's first sector 30.483 to the first sector. Second sector 57.769. So it's not that bad of a second sector, but still, it's gonna be somewhere with Mr. Mine, probably in front, but still somewhere around there. If it's 0.7, then yeah, he's gonna be in the 21s still. No, he's not gonna be even in the 21s. He's gonna be 22.099. So, Bobby invalidated his time. Melon on his flying lap, second sector 57.264, so he's not really doing a good lap necessarily, in terms of the fact that Leo, Jamie, and Ryan have all set faster second sectors than Melon, unless Melon is gonna absolutely rapid it through third sector, and he does 6,000 in front of Leo. Okay, so no, I don't listen to Travis Scott. And Volky is gonna a bit run it for us, but still goes provisional pole position 121.124 or whatever the flipping artist that does Fane. I don't listen to it. I don't like it even. Yeah, anyways, Volky goes provisional pole position. No, I'm not gonna play Finn. No, I don't like. Me no like. Me no like. I don't know. You can play the. You can type the lyrics if you want in the chat. I don't really care. But no, I can't even play it because I don't know. I don't have a way of playing it. I could listen to Spotify whilst I'm streaming, but I don't have any sort of way of getting it to you lads. So, bump. Yeah. A bit of a recap. Volky in P1 with 121.124. Then, 4 drivers. Melon, 21.287. 6,000s behind him is Leo. 6,000s behind him is Jamie. 6,000s behind him is Ryan. Then, 6 tenths. No, not even that. That's like 8 tenths. 8 tenths behind Ryan is Brandon, and then 6 tenths behind him is Mr. Mine, and then Bobby, Max Van, and Perkins. Neither of those three have a lap set. Max Van is on a lap though, and it's probably only flying lap that he can set, unless he's gonna bin this one and then he's gonna go immediately into the pit, so then he can get another lap in. First sector for Max Van, 29.866, so Max Van is already pushing to those 20s that he wants to set. Mr. Mine, yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, Max Van is already pushing to his limits. Hopefully he won't go beyond the limits of the track limits and the tires. Max Van, second sector is going to be a 56.576, a very good second sector, pretty much, well, not very good, it's a very good, it's a fantastic second sector. That's going to be easily in the 20s, unless he's going to pin it. He has binned it again. Max Van has invalidated his lap yet again for the second time in Q3. Q1, Q2, he hasn't binned any of his laps at none of them. Max Van in Q3 falling under pressure, it seems. He still has time to get new tires and get out and do another lap. But at the moment, it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good for Max Van at all. It's not looking good for him. Oh yeah, I forgot. Do I even have you? I don't have you, mate. Add me Wallstorm F1 quickly. You have to add me because I'm literally doing my stuff in here. So EA Wallstorm F1, or go into PSN and Wallstorm F1, the same thing. Perkins through the first sector on her flying lap. First sector, let's see, a bit of a slide. It seems like first sector 30.197. So she's doing very good for her first run and her only run. Loads of traffic in front of her, but that traffic is gone now. The only car in front of him is Brandon, who is on an outlap, but he is quite far in front of her. Turn 10 now, and now into turn 11, close with the track limits yet again. Second sector is going to be probably a 57.5443, so she's doing well with her time. Hopefully, very close with the track limits on the exit of turn 13 into turn 14. She's on the limit. Well, not really there, but still, she is close with the track limits. And final corner, what's it gonna be? She's off the limit. She has binned it on the final corner. She has binned the lap. 21.724. Wouldn't it have been a bad lap at all? But she has binned her lap to stay in P10. Mr. Mon has improved his lap to go P6, just in front of Brandon, 22.082. Then the two Mercedes, Melon is going to go provisional pole position, 120.822. Volky has started his lap. Max Van is about to start his lap. Brandon, first sector, 2.5 cents up on his time. Then we have Leo through the first sector, 25 thousandths down on his time. Bobby as well needs to do a time, 30.231. Then we have the two Red Bulls. Ryan, 1.5 cents up on his time. Jamie, we don't see that. Max Van, no, that was Perkins actually. Anyways, let's go to Brandon quickly. Second sector, 57.387. He is 4 tenths up on his time through the second sector. Leo has binned his lap. He has abandoned his lap, so he's done. Brandon through the final corner. Is he gonna be able to go in for Mr. Mine? Well, he should be, but how close is he gonna be to Ryan? He's 2.5 close to 3 tenths behind Ryan, so a very good time by Brandon. Goes up to P6 behind Bobby. Hasn't been his lap. Where's he gonna go? Is he gonna go in front of Ryan and all those? Goes 6, 21.383. Ryan stays 5th. Jamie goes P2, 21.039 behind Volky on a lap. Can he go in front of Jamie? Maybe go provisional pole position. No, he can't go provisional pole position, but he can go in front of Jamie. 20.979. Max Van hasn't been his lap finally. And can he go provisional pole position in front of Melon? Yes, he does, by half a second in front of Melon. 20.329. Absolutely smashed Melon's time. And by far, he is the quickest out of them all. He has absolutely nailed that lap finally. And he's going to start on pole. Melon P2, Volky P3. So Mercedes are doing very well in here. Jamie P4. So with my setup that I have stolen from someone, he has done a very good time to go P4. Leo P5, Ryan P6, Bobby P7, Brandon P8, Mr. Ryan P9, Perkins P10. Mate, did you add me? Oh, you did. Oh crap. I have my flipping notification. I don't know why I have my notifications off. When I'm gaming like this, I don't know why. Can you send me? Hold on. I don't know what's the game. Okay, there we go. Hold on. For Christ's sake, it says that you have been already added in the thing that I'm trying to add you. Can't you just use the Jamie's old invite? How did Haas do? They did pretty well. They got 15 and 17. But hey, there is still a long race to go. There's still a long race to go. There you go. Okay, you're ready to join. But whatever. You're still gonna be within like. You're still gonna join in the first lap. You're probably gonna lose a bit of time, but through the first lap. But it is what it is. Yeah. Like you said, better than nothing it is. For Haas. They are there. They can take advantage if someone spins or whatever. So, in the first opening lap, someone rage quits. So, they are ready there to take the points from them. You know, at least they're not going to be... Hopefully, they won't finish without any points this race. And they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights and the green lights out. Now, and away we go here in Qatar Grand Prix. Max Van gets a very good start off the line to keep himself in front of Melon. Melon, the same thing. Volky, him behind has Jamie. Leo tries to go around the outside of Jamie, though, into turn 1, but that doesn't work. Jamie still in P4. Leo stays in P5 at the moment. Bobby's fighting with Ryan. Yellow's behind. That's own Massamad causing yellows, and that's Bobby and Ryan having their own incident. What has happened now? They have caused a bit of a carnage in him. Perkins up as a P5 all of a sudden. She's ghosted in Bobby. Leo in P7 drops down to P7 behind. There's someone spinning. That's Hotskid. Has spun round on the exit of turn number 6. The two Ferraris in 12 and 13. Although Ryan is dropping down places like tomatoes from their trees. During the summer, Ryan, what is going on with him? He has lost 6 places from the start. Brandon as well, 5 places of the start has lost positions. Everyone on the mediums besides Hotzger. Are you in? I don't know. Seriously? I can't really help you, Tom, unfortunately. I don't know, I've never had that problem. But yeah, I love you too, Joe. Bobby is going for the attack on Perkins. Of course, this is very important so that he can then catch up to the cars in front. DRS is as well pretty crucial in here to have it, but you can as well pretty easily catch up through the corners, because this is not Brazil. You can very easily catch up through the corners, and Tom is our first car to retire since he left the session. Well, unfortunately, it has gone this way. Oh, Leo goes on the attack on Perkins, down inside into turn 6, went a bit sideways into there, but Leo has made the move successful, and he's up to P6. Stra has gone a few positions up after all of that carnage. Mr. Mine as well, probably, I think, no, he has dropped 2 positions. Sorrow gained a few positions as well from all that carnage. And now you see a Haas in the points. That's what I meant. Haas are there ready to take points from people that will retire, and unfortunately Tom is the first one. Nothing that he could have done, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Third lap has been started. DRS has been enabled already since last lap. Melon, new fastest lap, 23.916. Meanwhile behind, Leo overtakes Bobby. Stra tries to go on the attack on Perkins into turn 1. Perkins is not letting that through so easily. Perkins just about in front on the exit of turn 2, and she's still in front of Stra, so Stra has to just stay behind Perkins at the moment. He just has to stay behind through this twisty bit, pretty much after to the final corner, because other places to overtake are none. There's only turn 1 and then turn, well, 6. Those are the 2 only places where you can really overtake. Turn 16 could be as well, but then nah, not really. Volky, he doesn't have ERS. Volky is gonna drop out of the DRS from the 1.9 TDIs. He's not gonna have the DRS, and he has no ERS to use at all, so he's not gonna have that DRS on the 2 in front, even though Melon is his teammate. These 2 just want to have their own race, and I guess for whole Mercedes it is just the best thing to just bring for 1.9 TDIs to just let them race their own race, and then they're gonna be 1 and 2, basically P2 minimum for the Mercedes driver, and then the other, which is Volky, just needs to finish in good position, which he is actually doing. Minimum he can get P4, because at the moment Jamie is the only one right behind him within the DRS. Next one is Bobby, who is 3 seconds behind Jamie. So at the moment it is looking good for the Mercedes pair to regain some points, finally some good points. Track limits are as well a big thing around here. You can pretty much get track limits at every single corner, and that's what I meant. Max Van, 3-second time penalty. But wait, is that already? That is already exceeded track limits. That is multiple warnings. That's not a corner cut. That is multiple warnings already for Max Van. 3 seconds, Ripetnigo as well, multiple warnings. These are not corner cuts, because this game at the moment has, for some reason, it seems like they are just like you cut the corner too much, and then you just get a straight 3 seconds, and not just some. It's not like you get a warning. You get a straight 3 seconds. Melon overtakes Max Van. Jamie overtakes Volky. Leo overtakes Bobby. Ryan overtakes Miss Simone for P9. Miss Ryan has to overtake Miss Simone a bit quick. See, I mean, explain parallel to me. I mean, you cut the corner. Normally, you cut the corner a little bit, you would get a warning, but it just gives you a straight 3 seconds. It doesn't give you a warning, it just gives you a straight 3 seconds, which is why I got my 3 second removed in GP, and that's why I won the GP at Brazil. So And I've seen that at some places already where it just gets a straight 3 seconds and not just some, you know, some, I don't know, warning or any or nothing. To be fair, that was my first GPR win overall. Thanks, Kick. Maxon overtakes Melon easily. Volky is gonna overtake Jamie. These two pairs are just gonna overtake each other. Rip Pintico leaves the session as usual. AK retires. Moby overtakes Leo. Mr. Mine loses a position to Brandon. Oh, okay. So it's not a usual retirement, okay? Okay. It's not the usual retirement then. It's an unusual then. It's not out of your hands, okay? I thought it was the usual. Oh, I can't finish the race. I have to retire. Blah 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 blah. Okay, if it's your Wi-Fi, then fine. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, if well, for a Ferrari, you were doing shite, but with, of course, your pace and all that, then would have been fine. Ferrari, for Alpine would have been fine as well, because you were getting a few points that Ferrari need, and they're getting those fewer points less now with only one car. And again, Haas drivers are there to take advantage of. TVH already in P13, Hotker in P15. Or Masmada at the moment is as well doing, is getting a point. Jamie, is he overtaking Volky? No, he isn't. Leo is overtaking Bobby though into turn 1. Behind Stra, getting a 3 seconds, and ironically helping out his best friend, Mr. Mon. Yeah, I mean, it's fair though. Ryan overtaking Stra through turn 2 and turn 3, and he's in front of Stra before turn 4. Very good move by Ryan. Ryan, a bit of off track by Ryan, but Ryan needs to go up through the field. He needs to go up through the field. Well, he still has plenty of time in his hands at the moment. Yeah. Hey, Joe. Nah. Nah. I mean, depends. You know, I'm here. And I'm not shite as well. Yeah. At the moment, pretty much nothing. I know. I mean, honestly, I just need. I mean, Yusuf was saying that he wanted to do comms with me, but he's not here. He's nowhere to be seen, so I don't know. Perkins trying to go for a double overtake on Bobby and Leo. I had to do it quickly, but he goes wide. He goes wide, very wide. And fuck you, Perkins. Almost died there. Yeah, Perkins tried to go for a double overtake on Bobby and Leo, but then she overcooked it. There was contact into turn 2. She almost got killed by Ryan, and instead of making 2 positions, she lost 4 positions from P5 that she was for a brief moment. Jesus. So yeah, Perkins drops down to P9. Of course, Stra has that 3-second time penalty. In front, nothing much happening. Here, nothing much happening. It's just the old same shit. Mr. Minor getting a 3-second time penalty. I don't mind Saro is within that, but still, race is long. 20 laps to go. Volky overtaking Jamie. Said in Morse code. Nah, that was dying code. You know. Leo overtaking Bobby. Although bit slow. Not really in a pace that you would be working together. Of course, behind them they have Ryan. Leo, Ryan, they've had already their little incident on in the last race. So, you know, could get spicy if Ryan overtakes Bobby. If Ryan overtakes Bobby, then it could get a little spicy. And I'm not talking just some, I don't know, ketchup type level, or just, I don't know, a little bit of chili peppers. I'm talking a bit of jalapeno into this. A little bit. Probably like a whole pepper. The whole jalapeno pepper. Maybe half of a habanero to it. Then that's your spice level. That's between Leo and Ryan. Yeah, Leo is leading this train of 5 cars. Him being the conductor, and then he has 4 other I don't even know what they're called, but anyways, Bobby is overtaking Leo easily. Ryan, though, does he have the overspeed to go for the attack on Leo? And maybe for Bobby, last time, Perkins failed to it. Stra as well is trying to go for the overtake on Leo, but Ryan still has a defend from Bobby into turn 2. Ryan has done a successful double overtake on Bobby and Leo. Leo has lost 2 positions, manages to defend from Stra going into turn 1 and into turn 2 and 3. He has managed to defend from Stra just about. And now Leo is trying to go on the attack on Bobby into turn 6. And he almost loses it on the X. And now Stra is trying to take advantage of it into turn 7. And is he going to hang it around the outside, Leo? He is still there. He is still there. Stra has to give space. Leo yet again leaves very minimal amount of space there in turn 8 or turn 9. Leo. That was very minimal space from what I saw. That was pretty similar what between Ryan and Leo happened. This time I saw it. It wasn't Stra just spinning on his own. Last time I thought Ryan just spun it on his own. Leo goes into the pits for the undercut. Very early undercut, to be fair. Ryan is still in front of Bobby. Stra into the pits as well. Does he have front wing damage though? He was hit. Is he changing his front wing? No, he isn't. It doesn't seem like he has any front wing damage, but he might just have the small front wing damage. Anyways, he has pitted for new hearts. So the first pitters are Leo and Stra. And they're down in P13 and P15. The 1.9 TDRs, of course, running their own race. Advanced Melon would be winning since Maxman has a 3 second. Volk and Jamie are running their own race. Volky trying to get away from Jamie. He has used a little bit of his ERS, but Jamie is still staying there. 7.5 tenths is the gap, and yeah, he's gonna be in that. Meanwhile, behind Bobby is right behind Ryan. Of course, the undercuts. Both of Melon and Maxon going into the pits now. Melon, the wide line. Did he cut it? Did he not? Let's see if that's gonna be at first. Is that gonna be reported? Ryan! Ryan Spawn going into the pits. And he's gonna be behind Bobby. That is lost time. Brandon as well into the pits. Bobby into the pits. And Sorrow into the pits. Bobby is gonna be in front of Ryan because of Ryan's mistake. Unless Bobby spun Ryan, but anyways, Bobby in front of Ryan. Where's Leo gonna be? He's fighting on Massmat. Did he lose time with fighting with on Massmat? Doesn't seem like it. He is in front of Bobby by quite a margin, and Bobby has to overtake on Massmat as well. So Leo's undercut has paid off. He knows that Well, that incident with Stroll was a bit iffy unless he's again delusional and thinking that there was enough space, even though the space was minimal. And by minimal, I mean like there was half a width of a tire there. Of the right-hand side tire, so at least from what I saw. Anyways, Leo in front of Bobby. Bobby still within 1 second of Leo. So Leo did undercut Bobby and Ryan. Ryan didn't make that mistake. Volky and Jamie now go into the pits for their tire change. Of course, this undercut is gonna close the gap to Volky and Jamie. Perkins as well into the pits. Mr. Mine as well into the pits. So the 1.9 TDIs are gonna take their lead of the Grand Prix. TVH, let's see, where is he gonna go into the pits? Yes, he does. Let's see where these two are gonna end up. There you can see in the background the plane of cars, the Alpine and the Aston Martin. Mr. Mine in the pits as well. Bobby is gonna overtake Leo into turn 1. There is Perkins. Jamie is in front of Bobby by quite a margin. That is 5 seconds, so pretty much the same margin that was when these drivers pitted. This time with Ryan being 2 seconds behind Leo and Bobby. And yeah, Ryan has to catch up to Leo and Bobby quite a lot at the moment. He has to catch up quite a bit to them. Behind him he has Brandon on the same lap old tires, so he has to watch out for Brandon. Brandon doesn't have really the same pace, but then he's still keeping up with Ryan. They have somewhat similar amount of ERS. Brandon has 10% less than Brandon, so you could still say that they have pretty similar amount. Brandon, if he gets good runs through turn 15 and then on the exit of turn 16, then he could think of an overtake on Ryan. Back to a new fast lap, 23.861. But yeah, like I said, Brandon could think of an overtake on Ryan. Mr. Mine, yet another 3-second time penalty. Joins Perkins with the 6-second club. Leo, is he going to go for the overtake on Bobby? No, he won't. Brandon, though, behind. Is he going to go for the overtake? No, he doesn't. Doesn't want Perkins either to be within that gap. A bit of lag there, but Perkins looked like that she lost the rear there. But still, she is in the race. 1.9 TDS still running the race. Then Volky and Jamie running their own race. You could say then Bobby and Leo are running the race. Although Ryan is catching up to these two in front. The gap has gone down from about roughly 2.2 seconds to 1.7 seconds. So Ryan is catching up to these two, to be fair. So he's doing a very good job in here to catch up. The gap is 1.6 seconds. He still has pretty reasonable amount of ERS compared to Leo, who has only, well, 10%. He's gonna be flashing soon. So yeah, Leo not really much with the ERS. Ryan is catching up, so Ryan could maybe think for the next lap or the next lap, then he could maybe think on DRS on Leo. Of course, he doesn't want to get overtaken by Brandon, but Brandon doesn't seem to be interested in that. But yeah, Brandon still. Now the time loss with Leo. Okay, bit weird way of pronouncing Leo. Anyways, a time loss for Ryan on Leo, but of course Leo had that DRS, and now through the high speed corners, of course a bit of low speed then as well, but it's mainly about the high speed to mid speed corners. Ryan is catching 1.5 seconds on the exit of turn 8. So he is catching, like I said, he's catching. Right. Yeah, 1.6 seconds at the moment for Ryan. He he is not really catching now to Leo. But it could be as well that Leo has used a bit of his ERS. Melon, new fast lap, 23.674. Max Van goes in front of Melon. Jamie just chilling behind Volky. Just being chilling. Leo staying within Bobby. Does what? A bit of a contact there. A little bit of a kiss from Leo on Bobby's ass. Yeah, Ryan has caught up a little bit, a tiny bit. Hodggar finally into the pits, the final one to be going into the pits. Still 1.6 seconds, so Ryan's pace advantage to Leo is a bit dropping. He's not catching up to Leo at the same rate. Well, he's barely catching. I mean, the gap has gone down to 1.4 seconds, so he is catching, but just a tiny bit. Leo has less ERS still. Leo is a little bit using it, but now he has low amounts of ERS. He has very low amounts of ERS. Ryan has plenty of it. So Leo is going to be going slower through the straight line speed. Through here. He is dropping in pace. 1.4 seconds. Leo now with the help of the ERS. How is it? Leo with no ERS, but he has the DRS. How is he gonna stay behind Bobby? Yes, he does. This time he doesn't kiss Bobby's ass. So now that is gonna help a little bit Leo, but of course a little bit Ryan as well, because Leo has to go a bit slower naturally, so that then he's not gonna run into the back of Bobby. Unless he's gonna go for the overtake. And Leo gets a 3-second time penalty for going too wide. Well, basically multiple warnings. And Ryan is almost within that 1 second. 1.1 seconds. Leo, I remind you, now he has 30%. But still, Ryan is right there. Ryan has more ERS to use. He can use his ERS more. So Leo using his ERS yet again. Ryan doesn't use it. He doesn't want to use it. Leo has used up his ERS, and the gap is up to 1.1 seconds. But Ryan can probably tell that Leo doesn't have any ERS. Is Ryan gonna have that DRS? No, he won't. He doesn't. He doesn't have the DRS. The DRS detection point was on the exit of the previous corner. He doesn't have the DRS. No DRS for Ryan. Could have easily had that, but he decided not to use his ERS for some reason. But anyways, now on the next lap he should have it, unless he's gonna do the same. But 1.1 seconds yet again. He is very good through this first sector to catch up to Leo and Bobby. It is the 1.1 seconds now again between Leo and Bobby. Leo and Ryan. Of course, Ryan knows that Leo has 3 seconds, but of course it would be nice to have that DRS on Leo, so that then you can go scare Leo a little bit, put pressure on Leo, and then maybe Leo is going to decide, okay, now I'm going to go for the overtake on Bobby. And with that, Ryan would be as well within the attack range of Bobby. If Bobby would go wide or anything of spin, mistake, or whatever, he would be there to take the advantage. Ryan, now he's using his ERS. Now he's gonna catch up to Leo's DRS. Leo has absolutely no answer to it whatsoever. He has no ERS. Ryan used up his ERS. He still has a little bit of it left, and the gap is down to 8 tenths. So Ryan is gonna have that DRS on Leo. Of course, he's not going to be able to overtake Leo or even close up to Leo, even to think of an overtake. He knows that he's flashing, and with that amount of flashing, he could probably tell that he doesn't have loads of ERS. I mean, if you're flashing like that on a straight, then you probably are trying to recoup ERS, which means you're maybe low on ERS. And since Leo has been flashing a lot, He can maybe tell by the fact that he's a bit low on the ERS. But yeah, anyways, Ryan is there now to attack Leo. And of course, the car in front of him is the one that he wants to attack, which is Bobby. Bobby, though, has a lot more ERS than Ryan. Okay, no, he doesn't. They pretty much have the same amount of ERS between each other. So, Bobby, 70%, Ryan as well. Although Bobby has used up a little bit of his ERS to increase the gap between Leo and Bobby. So Ryan has a little bit more of it. Brandon, in the between of Leo and Ryan, Stra getting another 3-second time penalty, and that's 6 seconds for him as well. But now Leo is close to Bobby. Bobby is he's not gonna use his ERS at all. Leo, is he gonna want to go for the overtake on Bobby? He knows that Ryan is right behind him, and he's going for it. Leo is going for the attack on the inside. Ryan tries to send it as well on the inside, a very late move, but he has pulled out of it. Bobby loses only one position, which is only on Ryan, on Leo. Fortunately for him, it's fortunate that he didn't lose two positions and he only lost one, which was pretty much inevitable. So yeah, Leo is the leader of this pack, but of course Bobby knows that Leo has 3 seconds. Perkins yet another 3 seconds. So she has 9 seconds of penalties. Of course, Bobby probably is gonna maybe remember that, maybe think that Leo might have that 3 seconds. Maybe just that he got a straight 3. That's what happened with me. Or maybe he will completely ignore that. That's gonna be then to him to decide. And oh, Leo goes a bit wide on the exit of turn 15. A little bit wide there. And now Ryan is close. Bobby will want to go for the attack on Leo. That's definite. And he's going for it. But Ryan is using all of his yards on the outside of Leo and on the outside of Bobby into turn 1. Is he going to make it around the outside? That would be a lovely move by Ryan on the inside now into turn 2. What a move by Ryan. Outpacing Leo and Bobby with his amount of ERS that he had. And as well, just better line through turn 1 compared to Bobby, and then on the inside into turn 2 that he didn't even need that much since he was already in front of Bobby going into turn 2. Ryan moves up over to P5, overtaking 2 cars at one time. Bobby stays P6, Leo loses 2 positions at once, and so it's Ryan back up to P5. Of course now he needs to watch his rear because Bobby is there with more ERS. Jamie is not going to really help him since Jamie will not want to risk his P4 for Ryan. And so, yeah, he really don't want to. He won't. He doesn't want to, of course, to slow down to Ryan. If he would have been like 1.5 seconds, then probably, but since it's 7.4 seconds, then no. Is Ryan gonna get overtaken by Bobby into turn 1? Bobby is catching, of course, with the DRS on the outside. No, he doesn't want to go for it yet. Maybe on his switchback. He is close. No, he's not doing it. He's not doing it. Yeah, VCarb downfall needs to be studied. Alpine, not really. Leo still doing very well. It's just unfortunate that he has a 3 seconds. So yeah. It's really only VCarb really that needs to be studied. So I mean, Alpine, your lads are still doing well. They're still doing good. Like, okay, Mr. Mine has 6 seconds. Stra has as well 6 seconds, but behind him is Sara within a second. So, no, I don't know. But it's mainly a matter of VCarb. Yeah, I mean, hey, Red Bull Red Bull would be would have started catching eventually. Okay, I mean, you just need to maximize your points. You just need to maximize your points every single time. And at the moment, you are doing that. How much your guys can. Ryan, is he going to get overtaken by Bobby into turn 1? Ryan, of course, doesn't really want that to happen. Outside Bobby, is he going to stick there? No, he won't. Leo is still there, but Leo, of course, realizes that he has a 3 second. He's pretty much useless in this fight. I mean, to be fair, he's helping Ryan, Brandon a bit, since Leo is paced with Brandon, and Brandon can go a bit easier in here with the pace. Just to stay within here, and maybe if there's gonna be a massive pile-up between Ryan and Bobby, then, you know, he could go in front of Leo, Bobby, Ryan, and then he would go up into P5. That's as well one of the tactics. Just be patient. Just being patient and driving your race is the way to win as well. That's one way to win. Ryan is a bit slowing down Bobby. Ryan, of course, wants to save his ERS as much as possible, but he has now backed up to Bobby, to Leo. And so Leo as well will have a chance of overtaking Ryan into turn 1. Bobby will go for the attack on Ryan. Ryan doesn't want to get overtaken, but he will have to well, accept that fate, unless he's gonna go fully defensive. Leo wanted to go for it as well. Maybe a little bit. He has to watch out for Brandon behind, but Brandon is just staying there. Ryan, though, is fighting with Bobby, and Bobby is in front of Ryan. Ryan has to accept the defeat for this lap, and now for the later laps, then he will need to watch out for any sort of moves, and maybe wait for the final lap. Maybe for that as well. That is one of the ways as well. Bobby, though, has 100% of ERS. So for Ryan, it's going to be a bit hard to catch up and overtake Bobby easily. Bobby is saving a little bit. Hard to get a 3 second time penalty. Qatari is about to get lapped, by the way, by the leaders. Fun fact. So at least one less lap of the suffering for him. That's one of the positives. Yeah. Bobby in front of Ryan. Is he going to be able to keep that P1? Or is Ryan going to go for it? Around the outside. Switches to the inside. He is going for it on the inside. Leo sends it down inside and he spins. He hits Bobby into turn 1. Tried to go for it on Bobby, but just drifts into Bobby. From my point of view, it looked like Bobby left him enough space, but Leo just drifted into Bobby. And unfortunately, Leo loses a position on Brandon that's with penalties he would have lost probably anyways. But unfortunate for Leo there. From my point of view, it looked like Leo just understeered into Bobby. Bobby left him enough space, but Leo just understeered, like I said. And that caused the contact. Like I say, for the third time, that's just what I saw from my point of view. Of course, in the reports, if there's going to be anything, then you can... I will see the other POVs, and then I'll tell you what is it? Is it what penalty is it? Leo hits Bobby. But on the side and not like... Anyways. Bobby, is he trying to go for the attack on Ryan? Ryan is going defensive. Mr. Man gets another 3 second time penalty. He has on 9 seconds of penalties. And now he's definitely behind Sorrow. Stra has even caught up to Mr. Mine, and Stra is going for the overtake on Mr. Mine on the main straight, and Stra is up to P10, even though he technically didn't need He didn't even need to overtake him, but he is in front of Mr. Mine. So Stroll up to P10, and now his next target would be Perkins. He would need to catch up to Perkins 4.5 seconds to Perkins in roughly 3 laps. So good luck with that. On older tires as well, technically. In front, the same shit. Nothing happening. Jamie P4, Volky P3. Jamie cannot blame me for the shitty setup since he's doing well. He's keeping up with Volky. It is boring for him, of course, but he's keeping up with Volky, and that's the most important thing. He's getting P4. Potentially, he can get P3 if he's gonna plan this strategy out. And yeah, these two are running their own race as usual. But behind we have a bit of a more chaotic race. Leo is trying to go for the overtake on Brandon, and he does go for it. Aranya side, he has overtaken Brandon into turn 1. It looked like Leo's left-hand tire just went up, which is why I didn't talk. But no, it's just a flipping blackout. The section of a car just goes black, like fully black. Like it's like, I don't know, flipping Michael Jackson in here. What the hell? I mean, to be fair, the car is already black, so he's just turned blacker. So I mean, I don't even know. Anyways, yeah, these two are just going for it, just driving their own race, yapping about probably some stuff. These two, I don't know, Volky is probably bored as hell. He's probably just hearing the fake Swedish people outside of his window screaming there. Jamie's just probably chatting with Zara or something like that. I don't flipping know, just saying how boring this is. Meanwhile, in here, these four are having a bit of a battle, which they will need to focus on. Bobby goes for the overtake on Ryan. Leo's right behind Ryan. And into the final lap. This is going to be crucial between Ryan and Bobby. Bobby in front of Ryan, like I said. Leo and Brandon sort of want to go for a move somewhere, but they just can't find it anywhere. Ryan has to keep close to Bobby. Bobby has plenty of ERS. Ryan, a bit of a mistake on the exit of turn 6. I mean, Ryan has to catch up a bit to Bobby. Bobby has as well a little bit more ERS than Ryan. So he needs to catch up a bit. And Bobby is using a bit of his ERS in here. Ryan a little bit more just to keep up with Bobby. Jamie gets a 3-second time penalty, so that pretty much seals his P4, since Bobby has no Volky has no penalties. Melon goes up to P1 and looks like to be taking his second win of the season. Jamie goes up to P3, but of course penalty. Now in here, Bobby, is he going to be able to defend from Ryan? Ryan does have the DRS. Is Ryan going to go for it on the inside? Yes, he does. To the inside, a little bit of contact between Bobby and Ryan. That was a bit of hard racing there, in my opinion. That contact. Bobby is still in front of Ryan. Ryan cannot get that switchback on Bobby. It was a little bit on the edge between Ryan and Bobby. And Bobby is still there. Maxman getting another 3-second time penalty. Leo as well getting another 3-second time penalty. And someone else as well getting a 3-second time penalty, I saw. TVH has at least got a 3 seconds. Anyone else? Oh, Maxman has 9 seconds of penalties. That's lovely. But yeah, in here, it is a bit close. But in front, Melin rounds off the final corner. And he wins the Qatar GP here in Lusail International Circuit. Takes a second win of the season, and probably is going to close in the gap to to P3. Max Van extends his championship lead over Leo. Jamie's gonna finish on track P3, but drops down to P4 after penalties. Bobby, Ryan 3 seconds on penalty. I didn't even see that. Bobby is gonna finish in P5. Ryan P6, Leo P7, but Brandon P6 out of nowhere, not included in the fight. Just being there behind all of those three. Moves themselves up to P6, Ryan P7, Leo P8, Perkins P9, Strap P10, Mr. Mine P11, but he's gonna drop down to P12 after Sorrow. No penalties whatsoever. Mr. Mine, a lot of them penalties. How big the gap? Well, 3 seconds between Sorrow and Mr. Mine. TVH is gonna finish in P13, Hot's gonna P15, On Mass Mad P14, so as well, Sauber gets 1 point and Haas gets 2 points to their constructors. So yeah. Lovely as well for Mercedes, finally getting some good points after many races of terribleness, you could say. Hungary was their first race where they scored very good points, and then after that 6 Spain, 16 Belgium, 0 in Italy, 22 in US, none in Mexico, and then in Lusail International Circuit, P1 and P3, that should be as well somewhere around 42 points. So for Mercedes, a lovely job by them. Max Van as well done his job, extended his championship lead over Leo. Volky P3, Jamie P4, Bobby P5, Brandon P6, Ryan and Leo P7 and 8, Perkins P9, Stra rounds off the top 10, and then Sarah, Mr. Mon, TVH, and Almost Bad rounds off the points paying positions, and then it's Hartiger, Ribindigo, and Tom that rounds off the whole grid. Driver of the day. I mean, there's been nothing really pretty. The race of the races. The most race of all time. No. Mid-race. I don't know who to. Brandon? Bobby? I mean, realistically, I mean, really, no one really. For the driver of the day, no one really deserves. It's not a clear one about flipping 3 seconds driver of the day. So I don't know. That was a pretty boring race. That was the most race of all time. So the race of all time. I don't know. Anyways, next week is gonna be the penultimate race of the season, Abu Dhabi. By the way, 38 points. Max Van P2, Leo P8. I know that's only for 48 points. Okay, so nothing to really worry about. 48 points. Yeah, okay. So next race, Max Van can win the championship in Abu Dhabi. And like I said, next race is Abu Dhabi. Drive today. No one really deserves a nomination, honestly. Or no one that really you would say, okay, this driver deserves it. This driver, this. It's like no one did anything special. Everyone went up like 1 or 2 positions up. I mean, you could say Ryan, since he went up from what, P13 on lap 1 to like P7 after penalty, so you could say that. But honestly, nothing happened. It's Qatar, nothing happens in here. So I mean, yeah, next week is going to be Abu Dhabi. Hopefully, it should be more of an interesting race. And yeah, see you next week at Abu Dhabi. Ciao.